That's Dave Parker, highest paid player in baseball. And that fact militated against him early this season. Our conversation explains why and what happened.
You seem much more at peace with yourself than I think I've ever seen you. Because you were troubled, even when you got the huge contract. You were shocked by some of the letters you received, some of the public reaction that was so adverse. You've settled down now, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I think I really had to battle with myself to just realize that, hey, you know, with all the things that's taking place with the contract that came along with it was the people breaking in my house, vandalizing my home. Of course, they vandalized my car a few times, but I just finally put it in proper perspective. Well, baseball is my life. This is what I got to do for a living, and hey, without baseball, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I just kind of push everything else to the side and say, well, hey, when I'm on the field, I'm in my own world. Can't nobody mess with me here. And I think it took about a half a season for me to get that together, but I did have quite a few things to sidetrack me from my concentration towards the game, and I just fought to get that back and just realize when I'm on the field that I'm in my world and can't nobody bother me out here.
It's a terrible thing when you are penalized for being successful. Here's DeCinces. He hits the ball hard to right center field. Parker with his dashing speed and long arms runs it down in one of the best plays of the night. And so, great catch by Parker. The Orioles are turned away. And we have played 7 innings of baseball with Baltimore leading by a score of 5-3. As we watch Parker run it down, he just literally outran the baseball. You see him splashing through that foot.
That's it.
There we are, and back with more baseball after this word from our local stations.
Plenty of time. There's a man right there that can also equalize anything that you might want to do in a hurry. Mike Flanagan.
But he's human.
Oh, yeah. Misses inside. There's the Baltimore bullpen. Stoddard on the left and Tippy Martinez over on the right, the left-hander. Stoddard, big game yesterday in Baltimore's also big come from behind win. Base hit center field.
See what I mean?
Foley to second, and he'll hold right there as Bunbury gets on it in a hurry.
You can get Parker only so often. And now a tough hitter. Bill Robinson with 24 homers on the season. To rain.
A few drops are starting to fall. They said that there might be some rain tonight. The wind has shifted. Tonight it is blowing out. Good fastball. 0-2 the count.
And Lowenstein was not looking for it.
No,
he was looking and thinking curveball. So the ball was by him in a hurry. He'd like to have it back.
No balls, 2 strikes. Murray still stands at third in a 2-2 tie in the Baltimore 6th. Hit well. Parker, a good arm. Tagging is Murray. Here comes a throw. Here comes Murray. And he is dead.
Now,
What a
that's
throw
why.
by Parker.
That's why we wanted you to meet Dave Parker in the pregame show. The enormous versatility of that brilliant athlete. That kind of throw won him the MVP in the All-Star game in the Kingdome in Seattle. Murray is not the slowest runner in the world. Not the fastest, but not the slowest. A competent runner. And Ott was just waiting there with the ball. You talk about a guy 6 feet 5 inches tall, 231 pounds, who uses the whole ballpark for his hitting, who is so fleet of foot, the way a great tight end would be at the Parker size, and then who will not spare the body on the slide. As you look at this play again, the way Parker went into Palancia last night, just a brilliant ball play.
Through 6, it's a 2-2 tie.
Immediately following the World Series game, Keith will be down there to bring it to you.
Just took a little bit off. Now that was not a change. That was not his fastball. That is what you get in between. That's just a nothing fastball.
Well, look at it again, because Palmer just looked at umpire Engel, Bob Engel, with absolute disgust.
Well, the count is 0-2. Now Palmer wants another sign.
He's got a big burden tomorrow. Johnny Candelaria.
The Candy Man. center, Bunbury, will have to play it on a long hop.
Oh, it's hard to keep that big guy off the bases, isn't it?
He's tough.
He is a great, great baseball player. He is a great, great athlete. That's going to haunt you all winter. It will. If you ever get to the winter, you may still be covering the World Series.
Aren't we in the winter right now? We've had snow for 2 of the days. Here's Dave Parker. 2 outs and Moreno at second base. Parker has hit a sacrifice fly, has driven in a run, and he struck out. 7-3 Baltimore, bottom of the 5th. The Buck fans whooping it up. Hit well. And makes a count. He got it on the end of the bat, I believe. And the Pirates are gone in the 5th inning.
It did look like it might sneak out. I'll tell you, they can come back at you. This, before it's over, will probably go 7 games, and they'll be scratching and clawing.
There you see a good effort by Singleton. He knew where he was at all times and went up, made it easy. Through 5, 7-3 Baltimore. And we'll be back with more baseball after this word from our local stations.
The 2-2.
He
The
did
right
it.
field for a base hit. They will hold Dower at third as the throw comes all the way into the closer. No sense gambling with nobody out, a chance for a big inning. So Cal Ripken had the stop sign out for Dower.
Well, Dower didn't break real quick anyway because he had to make sure that that ball was not that close to Garner. Steve Dempsey taking that ball well to the right side. And they also have already been stung by the arm.
That's the point.
That was last night. They've been stung tonight by the arm of Robinson throwing out Singleton, and that ended the 3rd.
Hopped up. Dempsey flipping the mask aside and makes the catch. So 1 down with Moreno at 3rd in the bottom of the 1st inning. And Dave Parker coming up.
He's only gone 5 for 9 now so far in the series. He's been absolutely brilliant on defense. While we've had shabby fielding in both games, not so with Dave Parker. Superb catch on Doug DeCinces in the 1st game. And, of course, the brilliant throw yesterday. He did have a lapse, though, on that short fly.
He said that he did. He says, I just lost my concentration, and he says, I booted it. That's all.
The Orioles will give up a run on the ground ball. 1st inning, the infield is back. Moreno is at 3rd. No score. 1 out. 1-0 the count. Parker with 4 hits off the left-hander Flanagan in game 1. Outfield is deep and straight away. And Parker lines it to center field. Should be deep enough to score a run as Renicky makes the catch and Moreno comes in to score. 1-0 Pirates.
To keep him off balance, and then he's come up with that good change, which makes it
That's
a little
what
more
made him.
That's
Winning
right.
19 a year ago, 23 this year, he studied Scott McGregor, who is known for his pitching guile and who has the great changeup. And very quickly, Flanagan duplicated McGregor.
Let's see what he can do with Dave Parker. Parker hits a bullet down the right field side. It's going to the corner for a base hit, and the big guy pumping for second, stumbling as he goes around first base. But he's all right. He reaches back and grabs the back of his right leg.
Now, right there, the first test, gentlemen, for Mike Flanagan against the Bucks' left-hand power. Much has been made of left-handers stopping as you look at it in replay. The Bucks' left-hand power. Well, on the season, Dave Parker, for instance, who can hit anybody, hit 13 home runs against southpaws and 12 against right-handers. Stargell, when he's hitting, can hit anybody.
Yeah, that's exactly the truth, Howard. And, of course, the big thing right now, Tony Barteron going to go out. I don't know whether it was Parker might have pulled a hamstring or something as he went around that bag at first. You pointed it out, Keith, that he did stumble going around the bag. He tried to get the fastball in on him, and I believe Parker just looking fastball all the way. If you're a hitter, you'll go up there at times and watch the way that pitcher will try and work right off the bat to your opposing hitters.
The ball.
Looped out into short center field, and it drops.
See what I mean? You'll get one on it, one way or another.
Well, he's up on the bat handle about 4 inches, and that'll tell you something right there.
Listen, you remember a guy, the late Mr. Branch Rickey, he used to say he can't hit, he can't run, he can't field, he can't throw. What he can do is win. He talked of the brat, Eddie Stanky. Well, Timmy Foley may be an uppercase Eddie Stanky.
Dave Parker normally uses a piece of wood at the plate, 37 ounces and 37 inches, and the average man needs help to tote it.
Well, I know one thing. If that's what he's using, you've got to be strong to swing that. You have got to be strong.
He has gone as high as 39. Pitches high and tight.
Interesting thing about the Bucks with their left-hand power, primarily in the form of this man in Stargell, they've been shut out by a southpaw only once this year, Don, and that was Pete Falcone of the Mets, in one of his rare effective performances.
Parker up there. Swings and misses, and it's 1-1. Dave doubled his first time up, has one of the 2 hits, and that pitch came into the plate at 90 miles an hour. Just misses Jim Rooker right there.
Oh, Dave.
As you watch the Flanagan and the way he comes set and then kicks and comes to the plate, he's got a good move because he really does not commit himself. He gets up there and he balances, and that's a good move. A left-hander that can do that, it's got to be an added plus. They cannot take the liberty to run on you.
2-1 pitch, he goes to first.
And Foley wasn't that far off, and he almost picked him off. He's had a poor move in the past.
He got 8 this year, Don. That's quite a few. Into right field, base hit, Parker 2 for 2. Foley turns at second. He's going to third, and he's in there.
So you see the southpaw isn't stopping. Those are the Pittsburgh wives. And they've seen their team come from way behind so many times this past season. But Parker 2 for 2 against the southpaw.
Spring, so I'm more concerned about the right-hand hitters, and I'll try to pitch my same game against the lefties.
Well, so far, he's allowed the Pirates a run on 4 hits. And here in the 6th inning.
And so far, this man is 2 for 2.
That's
the lefty.
right. That's right. It'll be Parker, Robinson, and Stargell.
Steve Stone up in the bullpen for Baltimore now.
Parker, he doubled his first time at bat and singled his second time at bat. First time, it's interesting. There's you see Steve Stone. He had a fine year.
Well, we saw him pitch at Dandy in Milwaukee.
Yes,
We
sir.
really did. One of the biggest games of the year. It's the game that put Milwaukee out of things.
There's 3 for 3 for Parker. As Bunbury will play on a hop. And boy, I'll tell you what a ball player this guy is.
He is just great. Let's watch his swing. He got so hot at the end of the year. He had a 5-hit game in the final series. As you saw that, describe that swing.
Well, to me, it's really kind of a picture swing. He didn't have a big stride, very short and quick, and then boom, his hands took over.
The Bucks money player Dave Parker was worth his weight in black and gold, cashing in with awesome power. In 9 games against the Phillies, the Cobra blasted 3 home runs, drove in 9, and scored 11 times. The battling Bucks had perfected their knockout punch. Everyone wanted a piece of the action. Dave Parker came through in the first game, backing up Jim Bibby's 4-hit victory with a 2-run homer. The Bucks lost the second game, but then on the final day of the season, Willie Stargell once again reached down deep. With that home run, Willie surpassed Honus Wagner as the Pirates' all-time RBI man. But more important, Stargell gave Pittsburgh the lead. And when when word came that the Expos had lost, the Pirates were only a victory away from the title. Kent Tekulve was called upon for the 94th time. Pittsburgh had its 98th win of the season, the most Pirate victories in 70 years. It was also the Bucs' 6th division title of the decade. The family celebrated the passing of the first major hurdle.
This meeting's over. Kim, the catcher, reminding everybody that there are 2 outs. And there you see him, Dave Parker, who's had himself a big day. 4 for 5. As we look at Gary Hargis, nightly news will be seen on most of our stations following this game. Right now, the business at hand, Caudill against Parker. Fastball inside, ball 1. Hargis is standing on the bag. Buckner is standing behind him. Now he gets a little lead. I'll tell you, if he gets picked off, he might as well just run for the center field fence. Up to off the leg to Jesus, comes up with it, the throw, can't make it. Hit of the afternoon. De Jesus looked like he might have been able to make the play. And Hargis, going all the way, digs hard. He has to get there, and he does.
Was able to get that hit in there, and of course it leads off the inning, and we've got all of our thunder coming up. So this has got to be an inning that we're able to score.
Foley's going to be lifted here. Matt Alexander, Matt the Scat. And they've got Rennie Stennett loosening, which would mean Scraps would go to short and Rennie would come on to play second. Foley down there, he'll be the biggest encourager of Scat when he leaves that dugout. And there he goes, Matt Alexander. Going to be running here for Tim Foley. And as the hit led off the inning, Johnny McNamara got his pen ready again, Doug Bear and Tomlin. Matt Alexander, we've seen him the last couple of years. He's a guy who can make things happen. He stole 13 bases this year. Only was caught stealing 1 time. So let's see if they put something on in a hurry and try to get Parker swinging that big bat. He's 0 for 3 tonight. In the 8th inning, he hit the cover off the ball. There is a ball inside and low. That was the play that Collins made the skidding, diving catch in right center.
Joe Lynette telling him, get that ball out over plate. Good pitch to hit.
The 1-0 from Hume, fouled it back, 1-1. All right, now he's given him a couple of pitches for Parker to have a chance to swing the bat. Alexander might be going here.
It's a good chance for him, and we certainly, with his high percentage of thefts, we want to give him that chance to steal a base. And so if Parker can get him over, sacrifice fly can bring him in.
All right. Matt the Scat, as the players call him. He makes a break, boy. I tell you. That brought Bench up there ready, didn't it?
Pitcher Hume went right down to his knees because he knows when Johnny Bench comes out of the chute, that ball's going to be about 3 feet high, and you better be under it.
And also, with that kind of a fake break, it had Concepcion and Morgan taking a step or two, and sometimes that's just enough for Parker to get the ball through one of those spots.
That's what you like to do. That's what speed will do for you in this situation. We want to create something, get something happening.
1 ball, 2 strikes. He's going. Fouled off up to the left side and holding it 1-2. Now we're in extra innings in this playoff game. We're in the 11th inning, tied at 2.
And we'll be joining our Eyewitness News team for the news update. Here he comes. Boy, he pedaling down that line, but of course, there's Concepcion helping him there. Just a case of, there, look who's on deck. If Parker were to do something, Tomlin might be brought in. Tomlin is the lefty throwing in their pen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sends Alexander back safely.
Concepcion and Morgan having a brief meeting out behind second base, trying to get together on who's covering, with Parker swinging away and the count being 1-2. They might have changed.
Hume gonna check him. He's not going. There's another foul. Got away with a pitch there, I think. That ball was up.
Ball was up, but I guess the speed is taking care of itself for Hume. Not really being able to spot his ball as well as he has in the past, but having a little extra velocity on the ball, and is getting the ball just by Davey a little bit. A little off, and Davey will be right on it.
Alexander out on the carpet, and hey, that was too close for comfort. Good move and a good strong throw by Hume.
It was. That's a move that he hasn't shown tonight, saving it for when he needed it and wanted it. Just not quite being able to get the throw over there in time as Matt gets that hand back ahead of the tag.
There's a base hit through the left side. Alexander with the play right in front of him, and the ball hit sharply. He will not try for third at all, but he is at second. And with 2 on and nobody out, Stargell the batter. The third hit off Hume, hit number 8 for the Pirates, who lead in the hit column 8-6. No move has been made in that dugout yet. The batter against the right-hander Hume. Stargell was struck out, walked, popped up, and hit a comebacker to the mound, looking for his first hit of the night, and just got it, I think. Center fielder back. He can't climb that fence. It's gone. Alexander's going to lead the cheers coming around, and he is leading them home. Captain Willie just hit a towering home run. Cruz tried to climb the center field fence. He'd have needed a skyhook from the local fire department to have gotten up there for that one. And look at the Pirate wives. Having a ball, you all. And I was kidding them today when they all went out shopping. I said, it looks like our guys better win this thing. You're spending the playoff money already. And here it is again. And did he tattoo it right out where he wanted it?
Don't throw Willie Stargell out over the plate. He got it all. Hit it way up high. Cruz, I don't know where he was climbing because he had no chance as the ball drops over the fence. And I'm telling you, nobody is happier than a Willie Stargell and the rest of the Pirates on the bench as they have now a 5-2 lead.
Temple, now there is a little bunt to the first baseman. The only play is to go back to Phillips covering at first. Tim Foley did his job. He gets Lacey up to third. Moreno's at second. It's a 3-4 sack. And who have you got coming but the Cobra? That's the first out of the inning. Now a fly ball can tie it and a base hit can give you a lead. We have not led in this game. Parker has had a double, a walk, a double, and a fielder's choice. He's 2 for 3. And now they're gonna put him on and pitch to Milner. They're as much as saying here, even with the base open, they're also saying we're not going to let a superstar beat us. But we've got a left-hand batter on deck, and the batter who's been our hottest hitter against the Cardinals this year, John Milner, and there he is.
So it's 6-5 on at second base. And Tim McCarver is just singled, and the game is tied in Montreal. When they put that on the scoreboard here, this crowd's going to go bonkers. Tyne runs at second here. Line drive, base hit. Parker scored. We're tied. Listen. Pittsburgh Pirates have come back. and look at this crowd on their feet. The bench is alive.
And Joe, they've come back against the best relief pitcher, I think, in all of baseball.
Well hit, deep to right center field, way back, home run, National League leads. Jim Rice, 0 for 3 tonight against Mike Lacoste. Pops it up, right side. Parker, Morgan, they lost it, it drops. And it's a two-base hit, and Rice is going to try for 3, and he will not make it. Dave Parker talking to each other out there now, Morgan and Parker.
That's part of what we told you about the Bermuda Triangle from second base to right around that spot and back out towards center field. But what a recovery to show a tremendous throwing arm with a perfect one-hopper to say to get Rice. Wow.
Boy, I'll tell you, when you got an arm like that, you can erase a lot of mistakes. When you have speed like him, you can erase a lot of mistakes. He just simply lost the ball, and then when he threw the ball, Tony, he looked around and threw his arms up as if I never did see it. Better, and baseball fans glad of it. Line drive, right field. We may have a play at the plate. Big hop. Here comes Downing. Here's a throw. It is. He knocked him off the plate. What a tag by Carter. A tremendous play by Carter. Oh, baby, what a play.
And what a throw by Dave Parker, who continues to show why some people consider him the greatest player in the game. One big hop. Watch it. Great play by Carter, as you said, Joe. A strong throw. Downing tries to slide inside, away from the ball. Carter blocks him off.
He knocked him right off the plate, never did let him in. How Carter was able to catch that ball. Now he cuts loose with the ball, but now watch Carter knock the runner off the plate. Right there, he pushes him off, almost gets in there. Look at his hand. Tremendous work by our crew. And Carter comes up with the ball, and he had a good ball to handle, Tony.
Oh, I'll tell you, all the way on the fly. No hitting a cutoff man in this situation. No slowing the ball down, not hitting on the artificial surf or anything else. He threw it all the way on the fly.
The National League would grab the lead in the ninth on its way to its 8th straight win in the All-Star game. Parker was named the game's MVP.
Dave Parker did a one-man number against the Phils. Is it possible to hit a baseball any harder? I don't think so. He had time to thank the pitcher. He almost lost his balance as he takes his Bruce Ruffin pitch and puts it out towards the river. His 17th homer, 4 RBIs for Parker tonight. The Reds nursing a 1-run lead. Tying runs on second, 2 outs in the ninth. Luis Aguayo single to right off John Franco. The base runner is Wilson. Parker's relay to the plate, and the play at the plate, Bo Diaz lunging to make the tag. They call him out at the plate. So Parker with 4 RBIs, and Diaz spikes the baseball. And that's how the Reds continue on fire with a 6-5.
Why not? Top of the 6th, great day for a ball game. Tied at 3 and see. Rick Shue takes Bob Buchanan into the seats and left, his first home run of the year, and the Phillies have a 4-3 lead. Bottom of the 6th, Villardello goes the same route. Off John Denny, a 2-run shot, and the Reds have the 5-4 lead. Top of the 7th, it's more long ball in Cincinnati. Glenn Wilson with a towering shot to left. The second home run given up by Buchanan, and it's all tied up at 5 apiece for Wilson, his 9th of the season. After Bo Diaz tripled, John Russell greeted reliever John Franco with a single to left, scoring pinch runner Darryl Thomas, and the Phillies have a 6-5 lead. But in the bottom of the 7th, Pete Rose aboard with career hit number 4,158. Dave Parker, deep to right, And that doggo hunt, long gone, home run for Parker, 2-run shot, and the game winner as the Reds win at 7-6 for Dave Parker, career home run number 199. Franco gets the win. He is 8-1. Tower.
Played in Japan the last 2 years. He comes on. He's 1-0. Earned run average of 3.18, and Dave Parker. You remember, if you were with us earlier, back in the 5th inning, he made the game 6-5 with a tremendous home run, a 2-run shot, and here it is.
That was the pitch that ran Mike Lacoste, and it almost looked like Mike Lacoste turned around faithfully when Parker hit this shot over the center field wall. He's got another shot to do some damage right now, too.
That was his 14th home run of the year. He had one yesterday. Now he could really do some damage. With 1 out, runners at first and second. 2 walks in the inning. Garrelts leaves and Keith Comstock, 31-year-old left-hander, to face the veteran Parker. Wait a minute. Time is called. Third base umpire, Tom Hallion, comes running in. There was a ball on the field. Got away from the bullpen down the left field line. Bacchus now heating up down the left field line, a right-hander who they just called up for Phoenix.
With Mark Davis, the left-hander, moved to a starting role, he has been in the bullpen since then. The Giants released Greg Minton and signed Keith Comstock, brought him up from Phoenix.
So, no pitch. First pitch on the way now to Dave Parker.
Yeah. With that a 10-year period, he's probably one of the best players to ever play. And, you know, they always say the qualifications is in a 10-year span. If he wasn't one of the best players in the big leagues in 10 years, then I don't know what they're talking about. Because that's supposed to be one of the qualifications for you to get voted in. And at that time, he was, what, in the top 5 players in the big leagues. Stuff happens. A lot of times it's not deserving, and people get caught up in the moment. There's other people. I mean, why isn't Al Oliver in the Hall of Fame? I mean, Al Oliver was one of the best hitters I ever saw, and he's not even close. What's happening with that? So it's different things, but Parker was one of the greatest players of that 10-year period.
Outfielder Dave the Cobra Parker became the first major free agent acquisition in Reds history when he was signed by the club in December of 1983. Over the next 4 seasons, Parker was a fixture in the middle of the Reds lineup and was crucial to the club's resurgence to postseason contention.
Oh, he was the scariest man alive. I mean, Dave Parker, when you start talking about a complete ball player, he scared you when he was on defense because you knew if you hit the ball to right field, you tried to go to first, third, the ball was going to be there waiting on you. And then, you know, the parks weren't big enough. In the outfield, you wanted to get back a little further because he hit the ball so hard. And this guy, I mean, you look at him, he was 6'6", 200 and some pounds. He could run like he was a defensive back. He had the power of a linebacker. He was just a complete ball player.
The Reds' team most valuable player each season from 1984 to 1986. Parker was also a 2-time National League All-Star, a 2-time Sporting News All-Star, and was the winner of 2 Silver Slugger Awards during his Reds career.
Right center, Parker has to hurry. He makes the leaping catch.
There goes Parker. Ishby's throw. Still at base.
Parker singles to center field. Parker heading home. It'll be close. He's in there safely.
Over 400 feet away. McGee. It's gone. Dave Parker.
He was a sensational right fielder with one of the great arms in the history of baseball. In his younger years, he had the great ability to steal bases. He hit for average, he hit for power. the old 5-tool player, which is a term that people like to use. Dave Parker had every bit of that and then some.
In 1985, Parker authored one of the most impressive offensive seasons in club history, batting .312 with a league-best 125 RBI and ranked second in the league in home runs with 34, hits with 198, and slugging percentage at .551. For his Reds career, Parker averaged nearly 27 home runs and 108 RBI per season.
His star power, his charisma, his attitude, his dedication, to have him lend all the things that he gave me was very vital in my career, and that's why I called him Pops. It's because he really took up under his wing and showed me the do's and the don'ts, and he taught me how to play every day at the major league level. And so, had it not been for him, I don't know where my career would have gone.
Raised in Cincinnati, Parker graduated from Quarter Tech High School in 1970 and remains a resident of the Queen City.
Tomorrow, and we resume on Tuesday from San Francisco at 8 Eastern Time.
What time in your room to watch? Well, it's compulsory viewing, isn't it?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm going to tape it.
We're going to tape it.
Roger, every time I look at Roger Craig, I keep thinking of Bob Costas' great line in the playoffs. He looks more like Lyndon Johnson every day. And like the former president, Roger very much a man of the land. In fact, he had retired when Craig was coaching under Sparky Anderson, the world champion Tiger team in '84. He retired, went back to near San Diego, to his home.
And Roger realized a bad matchup here, a low ball pitcher to a low ball hitter.
And Parker eyeballs one to right field and into the corner, and it's a fair ball. Maldonado plays it perfectly. In double clutches, Parker is in at second, but Canseco comes in to score. Parker to lead off in the bottom of the third inning. A's sending 8 men to the plate in the second. They lead 3-0 in game one. Parker, Dave Henderson, and Mark McGuire facing Scott Garrels. And the Cobra takes up high, ball one. Parker played in the World Series first in 1979, 10 years ago with Pittsburgh. And then last year, hit .345 in the '79 series. And then last year, 3 for 15 as the A's basically went into a collective slump against the Dodgers. And he hits a high drive to deep right field, and Dave Parker has hit his first World Series home run. And Dave Henderson fouls it back.
Almost every left-hand hitter, a low ball hitter. Great hitting count, 2-0. He just dropped ahead.
Likening the '86 season of Bob Ojeda with that of John Tudor last year. And there it goes. It is 2-0 Cincinnati. He did not miss by a whole lot. But dropping it over that Cobra side of right field. He lights up left-hander Bob Ojeda as they explode those fireworks overhead. And big number 39 takes the grand tour as the Reds take a 2-0 lead on Dave Parker's 20th of the year. Dave, this one's for you. 20 on the season for Big Dave and 2 more RBIs, bringing his total to 65 this year.
Short center all the time. There's a drive to left center field. They're not going to get that one before it lands. Base hit for Parker. He's gone for 2. Look at this. He's in there. Boy, he had his head down and going that time.
Well, you know, I was watching the outfield. Gerhardt playing close, actually pulling over, almost like a right-handed pull hitter. A big hole right in that right center field area. Tony La Russa was saying, I want Dave Parker just to hit the ball right center, left center. I don't necessarily care about the home run. Just get those RBI base hit and doubles. And Dave Parker hit that tailing, sinking line drive into right center. And you're right, he had his head down going for 2.
After Gardner walks, Parker doubles into the left alley. Both Moreno and Gardner score. It's 3-0, and the Pirates go on to win it 3-2.
Parker did a comeback into the mound in the opening inning. Hits, RBIs, home runs. What a year he's having. There's a drive, right center. It's long gone. Home run. Boy, Parker's enjoying this. He took the wide turn at first to admire that baby. 6 or 7 rows up, I'd say. So the goose egg is gone for the Reds. One good thing about it only counts 1 run. I said last night, if we can this weekend see him.
By the way, while the Jays are in Seattle, the Red Sox are home to the Baltimore Orioles. So Toronto has a very tough road ahead, the kind of road that you want to cover with veteran players who won't tense up in those keen 9th inning at-bats with the game possibly, and even the season on the line. Players like Dave Parker. Dave Parker comes to the Blue Jays in the twilight of a brilliant career. He established himself as one of baseball's most complete players with the Pirates in the 1970s. His electrifying throw in the 1979 All-Star Game earned the Cobra MVP honors. As a Pirate, Parker was no stranger to honors. He was named the National League MVP by the baseball writers in 1978. He won the National League batting title in 77 and 78. He hit over 300 in the 1979 postseason as the Pirates won the World Series. In 1984, he went to the Reds as a free agent. He had perhaps his best season in Cincinnati. In 1985, he hit .312 with 34 homers and 125 RBI. He finished second in MVP voting to Willie McGee. From Cincinnati, he was traded to Oakland. In his 2 years with the Athletics, he drove in 152 runs, but more importantly, helped the Athletics to 2 World Series appearances, and he won a World Series in Oakland. He even homered against the Blue Jays in the 1989 ALCS. Last year, he was with the Milwaukee Brewers, where he was named the designated hitter on the Sporting News American League All-Star team. This year, though, has been a struggle for the Cobra. He went from Milwaukee to the Angels and finally to the Blue Jays. He has only 11 home runs, but did manage an RBI in his first at-bat for the Blue Jays.
It's too easy to take that second and third, and I'm just glad that I was able to contribute at that moment and tighten the game up a little bit. And I got a lot more left to do. Well, we got 19 games, so hopefully I'll be doing a lot more of that.
Here now, I want to tell you, it's going to take a few minutes to sit back and relax. Well, I don't think we have that much time. Real big time, though, for Dave. He's got 1 for 1, home run number 12, and RBI number 32. There's a happy little guy. Barry getting home runs. There you see David tipping his hat. And this bud's for you, Dave. Here's the cut, and he's right on that one. He knew it. Watch it. Let's see where that lands. And here's where we have to raise that camera up a little bit to get this one. Yeah, they do. Here's where it drops. See if the guy catches. Nope, he booted the ball.
Right at the top of the game. That the Bucks do well against southpaws. Hitters like Parker, let's face it, can hit anybody.
Tap toward this inside. Doug comes and throws and gets him. 2 down.
The next obstacle, Tom Seaver and the Western Division champion Cincinnati Reds, a team which the Bucks had never beaten in 3 postseason series. of the first game, Phil Garner rose up from his 8th position in the batting order to draw first blood. John Candelaria held the Reds to 2 runs, setting up an extra inning deadlock. In the 11th, Willie Stargell came through once again with a 3-run belt that gave Pittsburgh a 5-2 win. Stargell later called this game one of the most thrilling in which he'd ever played. The second game was as hard fought as the first. Tim Foley at bat, top of the 5th, 1-1 tie. This double gave the Pirates a 2-1 lead that held until the bottom of the 9th when the Reds tied it. But the tie lasted only until the top of the 10th and Dave Parker's swing of the bat. Omar Moreno scored and the Bucks led 3-2. Manager Chuck Tanner had made a number of strategic moves that day, not the least of which was bringing in fireballer Don Robinson as his 6th and final pitcher. Robinson, who had saved the first game, won this one, and the Pirates had a 2-0 series lead heading back to Pittsburgh. The family was home for the 3rd game of the series. Willie Stargell drove in 3 of Pittsburgh's 7 runs, including this gigantic shot to the second deck of Three Rivers. And when he got home, the whole family was there to greet him. Pitched 9 sweet innings, beating the Reds 7-1, giving the Pirates their 9th National League pennant.